Welcome back. Today I'm going to be playing Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War Definitive Edition, Dark Crusade. And I think we'll go through and do the Orks next. I think that should be a pretty good experience. They have some different units from when we had originally played with the Orks on the other Dawn of War series here, so it'll be good to play around with them and see how this works. This playthrough, in terms of the objectives, we will complete this on the hard difficulty. I'll capture every location to be able to show you every honor guard and every passive trait that you'll get by conquest. We'll show all cutscenes and also complete all primary, secondary objectives on the stronghold missions. Now, I'm not going to read the archive back lore. I only did that on my very first playthrough, so if you're interested in that, I would recommend that you look at my Necron playthrough, because there I do read through all the archive back lore on every location and province on the planet. But I'm not going to do that on every playthrough, because I think that's going to get to be too redundant. I'll also make sure that we get all pieces of Wargear, and then at the very end of the playthrough, I'll kind of create a little guide with a summary of what I think went well and what I'd recommend if you're going to do a playthrough to kind of expedite your playthrough and make it be as frictionless as possible. Now, the other thing I sometimes forget to mention is I do tend to speed these games up by about 30% using a program called Cheat Engine. And if you're interested in learning how to use that program, I do have a video where I give an example of how to speed games up like Battle Sector. I do find that it just makes these kind of games, whether it be RTS or turn-based strategy, just go a little bit faster. Now, I wouldn't use it on any sort of multiplayer matches, because I think you'd probably get detected by using a hacking program and get kicked off, so I certainly wouldn't do that. But if you're just playing a single player campaign, I don't see why you wouldn't want to be able or be willing to do something like that. Now, some people do get a little bit annoyed with those kind of programs, so I'd recommend that if you're wanting to speed it up more than that, or even slow it down if you don't like that some of the dialogues on the cutscenes are a little bit quick, then just look at the playback on the YouTube videos, and like I said, I usually speed it up by about 30%, so hopefully that'll give you some ideas of what's going on here and what we hope to do. I'm thinking the Orks should be a pretty easy faction because they're pretty strong. My only fear is that they can also be a bit expensive, so that can lead to a little bit slower gameplay I'm worried about, but who knows, maybe we'll get some passive Wargear traits that'll increase our requisition, kind of like what was happening on the Imperial Guard, where we were able to get squad caps and things buffed up in addition to everything else. So I'll definitely be interested to see that. The other thing that's going to be very interesting is our war boss is our hero. And typically you can't get the war boss until you get to tier 3, so this may allow us to have very easy starts to the game, so we'll see how it goes.
Cronus, beset on all sides by the tides of war, this once quiet colony became a savage battlefield. 7 armies clashed on this one world, each refusing to back down, each convinced it was in the right. From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert came the Necrons, ancient machines bent on eradicating all life. But another evil already had its eyes on the planet. From the depths of the warp, the demonic forces of chaos arrived to enforce their claim. To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire sent their elite soldiers and sophisticated battlesuits into the fray. From the mighty Imperium of Man came the Imperial Guard, there to secure Cronus for the glory of the God Emperor. Like a green tide, the Ork horde descended on Cronus, caring little for others' claims and sowing destruction in its wake. The Eldar, ancient enemies of the Necrons, emerged from their webway to pursue their own agenda on Cronus. And last came the Space Marines, finest and most uncompromising of the Imperium soldiers. Seeing a world beset by aliens and heretics, they undertook a great purge. A dark crusade had begun. It could only end with the total victory of one of these factions and the total defeat of all others.
Alright, so just looking at this playthrough here, we'll do the Orks, and then I think we only have to do the Chaos Space Marines next, and then I think we're done with this series, so that'll be good. Like I said, I just kind of intermittently come back to this game and make our way through some of these playthroughs when I'm taking breaks from other games. But I do intend to complete every faction with these playthroughs. Like I said, it just may take me a little bit of time to get there. But I'm thinking the Orks may actually be pretty easy because of the war boss, and then we should get a second hero too. So you are Warlord Gorgot's Headhunter, and this planet is another prize for the war. Humies and Necrons and Chaos Boys are fighting over this world, but no one is tougher or meaner than an Ork, and no Ork is tougher or meaner than you. Call upon your hundreds of boys and crush all others under your boots. So hopefully with the dual heroes build things here, because I seem to remember Gorgots becomes incredibly powerful once you get them all kitted out with this Wargear. So that may allow us just to do tons of base rushing and things as well. So that may lead to quicker missions. We'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking this should be a pretty easy playthrough in terms of the difficulty. But I'm always worried saying that before I start the campaign because it may make me eat my words here. But we'll get started and see what we can do here. I will skip the tutorials because you've likely seen that with these other playthroughs thus far.
Driven from Lorne 5, the Ork war boss Gorgot's Headhunter managed to return as a greater threat still during the Dark Crusade. He formed a new warband from Ork freebooters and pirates and others pushed out of the Lorne system and set about raiding worlds on the outskirts of the Tau Empire, gaining resources along the way. When Cronus sent out desperate calls for help against the Necrons, Gorgots sent his forces to strike at a vulnerable target. Gorgots' war fleet dropped out of the warp only to find Imperial and Tau fleets squaring off above Cronus. The Orks lost several ships, but the clashing fleets were unable to repel the large number of rocks Gorgots threw into the atmosphere. These massive landing ships, made from converted asteroids, smashed into the Green Coast and unloaded their bands of Ork invaders. There, Gorgots brought the local feral Orks to heel and set about his conquest. The war had come to Cronus.
Yeah, because the tutorial is not particularly challenging. It's just pretty much you can attack once per turn, you can move one square unless you get additional areas here. Now, the one thing I didn't think about here is our starting location is so far to the south. I typically like to rush the passive faction traits here, but that's going to mean we're going to have to fight several times before we get over there. So I can come up the side here to get to Fury, or I can fight down the center and try to focus on the spaceport. And now the other thing that's kind of interesting here is it looks like the forward base mission is Tau and not Orks, because obviously we're playing as the Orks and they don't give us starting locations other than our stronghold here. So this should be quite interesting to see how this feels as we walk through there, because it's going to really slow the start down. I guess Chaos is going to be very similar to that as well. So we've got Gorgots here. I think we'll probably just end up getting some Sluggas out to help us capture some points.
Oh, hey, boss.
But it's going to be kind of interesting here because you have to also build banners. Yeah, that's right, because everybody costs population.
Oh, hey, boss.
Please, no more kicking.
Well, let's get a banner, I guess. Maybe we rush banners over generators? Freaking Orks are already attacking me.
Please, no more kicking.
Wasn't expecting them to rush me.
Let's get looting for Gork and more.
But the war boss should pretty easily be able to kick in the commander's teeth there, I would imagine. Oh shit. That's right, he's gonna have stealth teams too. Alright, let's get that other one going.
Time to build
Get you building here. Okay, good. So Gorgots is actually a detector. So that's huge for us. And I guess we're just gonna sit here and fight for a second. Huh. Yeah, this is kind of a weird start here. But I guess it should be pretty easy.
Nothing can
So maybe we literally just push through.
I'm working on something.
That's right, and he's got the teleporter here too.
Where's the truck?
So that'll help him
Why
catch up.
walking?
Alright, let's get you over to here.
What now?
I guess the question is do I build
Send me to the fight.
shoot-a-boys or do I just go mass sluggas?
Nothing can stand in my way.
Yeah, I guess let's see how the sluggas do, and that'll help us know what to do on future missions.
Okay.
Please, no more kicking.
Let's skip both just to see. Yeah, I mean, our dual heroes here, they allow us to chop through buildings like nobody's business. And I guess with these guys being melee doing 21 to 27 damage, and if we can just spam the whole army of these guys, I think that's going to make them pretty effective at base rushing here. Man, the orcs are so powerful. It's like every building in their base has a turret just about, so it makes them really hard to siege down. And then they just have these massive squads of guys here. Yeah, see, we're just beating that thing down like nobody's business. Now, flamers in this game don't do bonus damage against buildings, unfortunately. So, other than breaking morale, they don't do a whole lot for you.
Build it right up for you. We're gonna make it
And,
nice
you know,
and
damaging morale is a huge thing in this game, but against the AI, I find it to be rarely necessary. I just go for pure damage.
What do you want? It now belongs to the Orks. Where's the fight?
Yeah, even the shoot-a-boys do pretty decent damage. You know, they're doing 30 plus damage here. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, slick. So we got our first piece of Wargear here. And we got a heavy shoot-a-boy squad. So I think what we're going to do here, let's see, increases melee and health. Increases melee and health. Greatly increases health, so that's like 1,000 health. I think I'll probably go for that. That's the morale, health. Increases orc population and war boss's health. Wow. And then the big claws. So that increases it by 100. I think we do this one. Mega heavy armor. The big mechs have made you the best armor because you're the best orc. And that'll give us an extra 1,000 health to help us tank even further. Because we're already starting out at 200 melee damage, which is more than most other heroes. And most of our other items here look like they're going to increase our melee damage and our health. I wonder if this is going to lead to us getting attacked multiple times by the Tau as we're pushing up. Because I think we're going to come up to here, and then we should be able to attack the starport. Now this one's going to be a large base, so that probably means he's going to have turrets and everything in it, so that might make it a little bit more challenging to push through.
Hello? Who's there? Build it right up for you.
I'm the big boss. Nothing can
Well, let's just run up there and see what it feels like.
Yeah? Oh, here, boss.
Since I just got to play around a little bit with these guys to get a feel for
Ork and Mark. Let's get looting.
what kind of damage our units can do to know how big of armies I need to make to start with.
Oh, here, what do you want? We'll make it orky. We'll make it orky.
Direction is ready. Anything?
Alright, you guys are over here.
We'll do
Let's
it.
make a generator and get our hero.
Good un, boss.
I'm not doing anything.
Send me to the fight.
Ah, that's right. The
This is gonna be a
city
feast.
stronghold is down there. It's been a while since I played, so I forgot where it was. If you have two bases on this location, then you'll have one in the corner here and one on the side.
Belongs to the Orks. Smash the target. I'm the big boss.
Alright, let's have him just tank the
Good un, boss.
turrets here.
Send me to the fight.
Yeah, see, he's just destroying them like nobody's business. Now he is taking quite a bit of damage, and I probably need to be careful that he doesn't die, because I don't think I'll be able to resurrect him until we get our fortress all the way up.
Orks is meant for fighting and winning. I got that good bits for this fight.
Alright, let's get you over here to help back those guys up.
It's come to this, has it? Got good and boss yours.
Yeah, we're just totally beating the shit out of the Tau here.
What's it? What's it? Build it right up for you.
Now let's get some sluggas then, maybe. Yeah, let's do shooters instead. So we got dual melee guys here with our heroes.
It now belongs to the Orks. Oh, here, boss.
Yeah, this is going to be even easier once we start to get that
It now belongs to the
increased resource start. As suspected, it is leading to kind of a slower start because we got to get banners and everything. But it's going to be even more powerful once we get to defensive missions here and we have things built up. I don't know. I don't think they're going to need the assistance. I thought they were for a second there, but... oh man, this is going to be easy. Get another shooter squad. I think we just end turn. We don't really have enough requisition to do much. Necrons are pushing into the Tau now. Alright, well... I think we go for the spaceport. I don't think I want to rush taking out the Tau headquarters yet. I probably could, given that we'd start out with the war boss. I just think that's being too aggressive. I think we just do our standard play to make it go easier.
For much of the Dark Crusade, great fleets plied the orbital lanes above the battlefields of Cronus, using their firepower to ground long-range flights. Guardsmen and heretic alike had to fight meter by bloody meter, with great battle fleets exchanging fire across the skies. Trench warfare seemed an immutable fact of life for commanders on the ground. All this changed with the Battle of Pavonis. This spaceport featured an ancient Adeptus Mechanicus tracking system, merged with the alien technologies of the Tau aircast. This system was sensitive enough to plot courses that avoided orbital fire, making strikes deep into enemy territory possible. A tech priest had discovered this technological marvel, and left his servitors to examine it in detail. Whichever force was able to recover these bionic servants would gain control of the station and be able to launch strikes across Cronus.
Alright, so the big thing with this mission here is they're going to have 2 bases to your 1. But the bigger thing is if you can rush the servitors, because you need to collect 6, that'll get you an auto-win situation.
We got the servitor here at the camp, and the mech boys is looking at him, but we need some more.
So if you can grab all the servitors early on, that can make this be a very easy mission for you to take, even though it's going to be fortified and very powerful.
And you, that's one of them Hume servitors. Get him back to the camp.
The big thing you got to be careful with, though, is as you're running around capturing them, is the enemy can capture the servitors that you capture, and likewise you can capture theirs if you get close to them. So you want to just make sure that you don't get yourself in a situation where you're running around capturing them all and you end up feeding them into the enemy's base.
And the mech boys is looking at him, but we need some more. That's one of them Hume servitors. Get him back to the camp. Ready for stomping?
And as you can tell, I've done this mission several times. So I know where a lot of the servitors already are located.
I'm the big boss. I lead, Orks follow.
Alright, so question is that 6 servitors?
Who's there?
I think so.
What's it?
We got the servitor here in the camp, and the men
Let's build these guys here.
some more.
And if they do end up
Where's the fighting?
capturing one from you, then you can end up
And more.
just killing one of the enemy bases and stealing their servitors from them. Now, the one downside of doing a servitor rush win like this... Ah, shit, they captured it.
Oi! What you doing, you grots? The enemy's got one of me servitors!
Alright, so we're gonna have to attack his base then.
Job's a good one, boss. Me. I'm working
So
on
let's
something
run
now,
down
but
here.
I'll rip 'em apart.
And we'll get some shooters over here to try to protect it. Our base, that is.
Time to build stuff.
I would say most of the time you end up
me.
having to kill at least one of the enemy bases, because this is usually what happens, because the servitor moves faster than your units.
Oh, hey, boss.
So the easiest base to take out is this one over here.
Where's the fighting?
And there's a couple servitors that are usually over there.
Please, no more kicking.
Job's a good one, boss.
So if you can wipe out the base, then that'll usually be enough to guarantee your victory.
We better be going to a fight.
So you can already see one of the servitors there, likely the one that he captured from us.
That's one of them human servitors. Get him back to the camp.
Now the other thing you need to be careful with is, because it is 2 bases against your 1, is it's not uncommon for the Tau to attack you, so you always want to make sure you have a force left in your base here if you can afford it,
We's gonna make
to
it
protect
nice and
yourself from any rushes that may be coming.
Curtain is ready.
Where's the fighting?
Alright, that looks
Hello?
good.
Who's there? Time to build stuff.
Let's keep building up our banners here. And that should be our 6 servitors, so that should get us victory.
We got all we need, boys. Our fighter bombers is gonna be flying high now.
So nice and easy. So it can sometimes be intimidating for newer players to be like, oh my god, I can't take out a, 8 or 9 difficulty location. It's like, no, you can. Oh, we are going to get attacked here. Alright. Well, we're so close. Hopefully I should be able to have the war boss start us out. Yep, we can. So this is actually good then. So what that means
Which way?
is we can just keep reinforcing this location.
We's gonna make it nice and strong. We'll do it.
Up yours.
And
I have the power of Gork.
I guess let's just start moving over here.
Oh, hey, boss.
Our hero's almost ready.
Green is best.
And then these guys can be running around capturing these locations, so we'll have it next
We'll
time.
make it okay.
Because unlike Soulstorm, the more you build up these missions with defenses, the stronger your location becomes, or the weaker it would become if you do a bad job defending the location. So it actually rewards you for doing these defensive missions,
What's it? What's it?
which I think is a good mechanic. I'm sad they got rid of it in Soulstorm. Now, towards the end, once you build up a location, you tend to get attacked in the same places over and over again. You can get it so fortified that it totally trivializes the defensive mission, so I'm sure that's what their thought process was on why they gave it up, but I don't think it's fun to do the same mission, 3 or 4 times in a row. Because it's like you do the mission the first time when you're attacking them, and then you do the mission the second time when you're defending yourself, and then if they send additional attacks against there, then again you're doing the same mission over and over again. And so that just seems kind of lame.
Eyes too
Enemies
big to
here.
be
The
beat.
fight's starting.
Oh, hey there, boss. Who is getting shot up?
Yeah, I figured you're gonna have some turrets over here. Alright, we're gonna have to pull you back because the Necron Lord has already jumped into us. Of course, he's being a little dickhead here and teleporting into our ranged units as he typically does. Alright, there goes the Necron Lord. Again, our guy should be way more powerful than anything he can do. Let's get you over here to start taking down those turrets. Because we're going to want to get some kills here. To make sure that he doesn't start making tomb spiders, because we do not have an army that's going to be very good at taking those guys out. Damn, warriors are actually killing us here. Alright, that's looking good. Can start building these locations up. Get an ammo dump and some banners over here. And you can start upgrading these.
Build it right up for you. Build it right up for you.
Alright. I think I've killed all of his builders, so this should bring it to an end. Yep. Because if you don't kill the scarabs... Okay, we got another piece of Wargear here from them freaky metal boys. Then they can start making additional strongholds when you're killing them. So, I do like the thought of increasing our orc populations. You could also go with the bigger claw. If you thought your claw was chomping them up before, just try this custom job. It'll increase our damage by 100, which isn't a lot, but I seem to remember the Mega Claw dramatically increases our damage output. So maybe I just rush that since our guy is so strong so far. Alright, that's good. I think we need to jump through and take the Fury next. That way we can get double actions every turn.
It was during the Horus Heresy that the influence of chaos first drove Space Marine against Space Marine. Cronus witnessed some of this terrible fighting, and the heretics of those ancient times left behind them terrible artifacts. In the desolate Eres Badlands stood one such talisman, an ancient icon of the blood god Khorne. With war sweeping Cronus once more, a demon within the icon awoke. It fed on the souls of those slain in combat, and promised gifts to whoever would slake its thirst for blood. Even the warriors of the Imperium ended up feeding the fiend as they fought across the Badlands to prevent others from claiming this prize. The faithful tried to ignore the whispers the demon slipped into their minds, but every death still fed its dark appetite. In the end, whoever controlled the Ares Badlands would gain a measure of the demon's fury, allowing them to launch attack after attack against their enemies.
Alright, and I think I saw that this was controlled by the Necron, so that means we gotta kill 70 units.
Who's there?
It's double that when you're playing against the Imperial Guard. And the important thing to know about that objective type is even though it doubles if your enemy has the Imperial Guard, if you're playing as the Imperial Guard and you're fighting, let's say, against the Necrons and it says 70, it means 70. It doesn't mean you get, like, you can take 140 losses like you would if you had to attack them. You will lose if you get to the 70-point counter. So it makes it be actually significantly more challenging as you're playing a weaker faction like the Imperial Guard.
He's too big to be beat.
So be aware of that, because I actually lost this mission when I was playing as the Imperial Guard, because I didn't realize that's how that objective worked. So that was a bit embarrassing. Yeah, I would say by far the Imperial Guard was the hardest playthrough I've had to do so far in this game.
Job's a good un, boss.
Tau could be a bit challenging too.
Here
Alright, let's start running up this way and see if we can say hi.
On our way. Hello? Who's there? On our way.
Let's start building you up here. Get some more shooter boys. At this rate, I might need more Gretchen too.
No more kissing.
It now belongs to the Orks! It now belongs to the Orks!
Oh, hey, boss.
Green is best!
Alright, let's do something like that. Let's jump you up to here.
I got the good bits for these.
Send you up there too.
Hello? Who's there? Build it right up for you. Please.
Let's get
No more
stuck in,
kissing.
boys.
What
We
is
can
it?
make some
What? Not yours!
Alright, let's just keep getting some kills here.
Don't bother me. I'm working on something.
Where's the fight? We better be going.
And the nice thing about attacking the Necrons is their Scarab builders have multiple models,
Wake up, boys!
so that can really help you get some kills early on.
Time for fighting!
The bad news is if you reinforce all your Gretchen and the Gretchen get killed,
What?
then that gives them tons of kills in their favor, so you just got to be very careful you don't feed them a bunch of Gretchen.
I'm not doing anything.
That can be a bad time for sure.
Let's get looting! Green is best! It now belongs to the Orks!
Oaks.
We'll do it.
Let's build up this a little
Build it
bit.
right up for you.
What is
Alright,
it?
here we go. More Scarabs, so now we're up to what, 17 kills? Now, if you can't kill enough of them, if you totally destroy all the buildings and everything, that will give you victory as well. I typically like to try to get the kills, but sometimes if you're too aggressive, they just don't have 70 units worth of units for you to be able to kill yet.
We better be going to a fight!
And so at the very top here, there's another base.
Let's get looting!
And so if you can take both of them out, that'll get you victory.
What now? Which way? We'll do
Alright,
it.
well this will kind of get us some practice to see what it takes to build up some of these units here.
We're gonna make it nice and strong.
Enemies here! It now belongs to the Orks!
Alright, start reinforcing some of the listening posts.
Job's a good one, boss!
Hello? Who's there? We're gonna make it nice and strong.
Alright, that should be good. I got you here.
What is it?
There we go. I was gonna say, it should have a base over here after I just said that.
What's it? Hello? Who's there?
Alright, good. Keep reinforcing.
Something thick.
Alright, here comes the Necron Lord,
Belongs to the Orks!
being a dick like usual.
Sod off! Wake up, boys! It's time for fighting! Here we go!
Alright, send you guys over here to try to take out those Scarabs.
What do you want?
Alright, we got some Necron warriors coming. Alright, we're up to 30.
Yes,
The power of the
There we
blood
go.
god shall be yours.
Wiped them out. Nice and simple. Fury is now under our control. And honestly, I feel like we're making good enough time. I think we can maybe even do another mission here. I think I should push through. And then I could end the turn, or I could just end it here for the day. maybe I just call it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.